A movie is nothing unless it has a great script, and a great script is nothing unless it has great dialogue. So join me today as I recount some of the greatest lines in cinematic history.
This is Katana. She's got my back. She can cut all you in half with one sword stroke, just like mowing the lawn. I would advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
It was hard to pick just one line from 2016 Suicide Squad, since there are so many great ones. However, this line by Rick Flag is a masterclass on how to deliver exposition. In just this one line, we learn 5 pieces of information that we didn't know before. These include that this is Katana, that she has Rick Flag's back, that she can cut all of them in half with one sword stroke, much like how someone would mow the lawn, that these characters should not be killed by her, and that her sword traps the souls of its victims. And we learn all of this in just one line. It is a perfect example of economic storytelling. All of you aspiring screenwriters need to take notes. This is how the pros do it.
MacLeod, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone. What happened to it?
Not only is this line expertly written, but it's also delivered flawlessly by the wickedly talented Gal Gadot. My favorite part about this line is how Gadot delivers it like she's a newscaster just reading it for the first time. This was a bold acting choice, but it pays off because it fits the scene perfectly. Some might say that "I need you to give me the stone" is too wordy, and that she should have just said "give me the stone now," but the people that say that don't know what they're talking about. More words is better than less words. Always.
What? No!
M. Night Shyamalan is a wizard when it comes to dialogue, and this line is his crown jewel. Shyamalan just understands how normal people talk, and this line was tailor-made for good old Marky Mark. Mark Wahlberg's expert acting range is on display in this scene. He says both of these words wildly different, which is really hard to do. Not only that, but he is able to say so much with so little. Remember, less words is better than more words. Always.
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
When thinking of the greatest closing lines in film history, many may come to mind. Casablanca, Fight Club, Chinatown, yeah, sure, these are all fine, but they don't hold a candle to 2015's Fan 4 Stick. Now this line probably went over most people's heads, but when The Thing says it's fantastic, this is a subtle nod to the name of their superhero group, the Fantastic Four. It is a really clever Easter egg for all the die-hard fans out there. And the moment where Reed Richards asks Ben to say that again, and it cuts to credits, oh my goodness, that gave me goosebumps. It is such a profound line. One might say it is even a fantastic line.
Say that again?
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
This line comes from one of the greatest scriptwriting duos that we've seen in our lifetime, Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless. Just by taking one look at their filmography, it's no wonder they delivered us this amazing dialogue. And although many have made the case that Morbius is their best work, I think Madam Web is their undisputed masterpiece. Now this line is only in the trailer and not the actual movie. This is because it is such a powerful line that during test screenings, when people heard it on the big screen, it melted their brains. For the safety of the general public, it was cut out. When your line is that powerful, of course it deserves a spot in the top 10.
You know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
One thing you may have noticed from this list is that many of these lines come from superhero movies. This is because superhero movies are really the only movies that matter, and they usually have the best scripts. And this line from X-Men is yet another example of that. What's so great about this line is that it teaches the audience something. Most people out there don't know what happens to toads when they're struck by lightning, and luckily, Storm in this movie educates the audience. I would have never known this if it wasn't for this film, and every day I wake up glad that I know this little fact.
Entitles me?
Yes.
Entitles me?
Yes.
Entitles me?
Yes.
It may be recency bias since this film came out last year and is still fresh in my mind, but this exchange in Megalopolis was revolutionary. I remember when I saw this in the theater, I fell onto my knees and I wept due to how life-changing this line was. It took 3 movie theater employees to carry me out of the theater due to how much I was crying. And I think the fact that she repeats "entitles me" 3 times in a row, and Adam Driver responds "yes" 3 times in a row, elevated what could have been a forgettable line. And the cherry on top is "go back to the club," which is executed masterfully.
So go back to the club.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my god!
Troll 2 gets the honor of the 3rd place spot with this absolute banger of a line. I like how he says what's happening, and you can tell he's scared because he yells, "Oh my god." This is very important because we would not have known that if he didn't say it. A lot of people will tell you that when writing, it is important to show and not tell. Well, this bit of wisdom is actually wrong. Characters in movies need to say what is happening while it's happening. So if you're on your phone, you can still know what's going on.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Now, I can't have a list recounting the greatest lines in film history without including this iconic moment from the critically acclaimed drama, The Room. It is an expertly crafted line, which has the perfect combination of heartbreak, anger, and confusion. It is so complex that I could spend a whole video just examining this one line. And we also can't forget the flawless performance by Tommy Wiseau. It is one thing to write this amazing line, but it's another to deliver it with such grace and power. He's truly one of the filmmakers of all time. Also, as a fun fact, this movie actually invented screenwriting. Yeah, screenwriting didn't exist before this movie came out.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Finally, the greatest line in film, and possibly all recorded human history, comes from the masterpiece, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. I think the greatest part about this line is that nothing is explained to the audience. We don't want to know how Palpatine returned, because that's boring. We also don't want the narrative to make sense, because that's stupid. Having your film make sense is too easy and overdone. A majority of movies make sense, so when we have a line like this that doesn't, it surprises us and subverts our expectations. And subverting expectations is more important than a good story. This line is just pure genius. Alright, that's all. Video's over.